what's your emergency? Hello? There's furries after me. There's furries lying about me. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm getting attacked. What do I do? This is an emergency. Okay, I need you to calm down. You are speaking too fast. What is the problem? Okay, I'm sorry, but what I'm trying to say is that there's thousands of furries attacking me based on fabrications. What do I do? And who exactly are making these fabrications, ma'am? Oh, I'd have to check. Hold on. Yeah, I don't really know. It's just some random furries that are making fabrications about me. So, well, what do I do? They're saying I'm canceled. They're saying they're gonna sue me or have me sued, and they wish that I get sued. Some are telling me to drop dead. Like, I'm not really sure what to do about all these attacks. One just commented cancel with a clown emote right now. What is happening? Ma'am, you're not canceled. What do you mean I'm not canceled? They're saying that. You can't get canceled based on fabrications. The truth will always come out. So don't even worry about it, ma'am. You're not gonna get attacked forever. You need to go live your life. You're fine. And if furries keep threatening you, just call us back. We'll see what we can do. Aw, thanks. You know what? You're right. You can't cancel someone based on fabrications. So I'm just gonna go live my life. Oh shit, 2017 flashbacks? Hello, I'm telling a story time in 2019, what? Alright, sorry, I'm being dramatic like Morgs, but hey. So it's been a while since I told a story, and I know on my 50k Q&A, I said that I would be telling a very, very special story for my 100k milestone, but please don't get it twisted, this is not the story. In fact, there's a wave of furries attacking me based on fabrications, like my little 911 intro said. Oh god, I'm having a Tana Mojo moment, oh my god. But I leave to Washington in like 6 days. I thought this would be a good story time to tell, and it's easy content to tell stories, right? Because I want to grind out some content before I leave, obviously. So that being said, welcome to the third or fourth story on my channel, which because I barely tell story times, I don't really know. And before I tell the story, please leave a like because the Reptilian Sisterhood is under attack. I repeat, the Reptilian Sisterhood is under attack. So I get back from this 1-star hospital that I did a story time about, which by the way, I didn't do it right when it happened. I was obviously, you know, there against my will, but after I gave it some time, I was willing to finally tell that story. And you know, a little bit after that, I was like, I'm kind of bored of the whole gameplay expressing myself with the black screen thing. If you know where that reference is from, you're really OG. But, you know, black screens, gameplay commentaries, you know how it is. And I was like, I kind of want to try out stills. No, I don't want to be a stills channel. I don't really find those appealing, but every once in a while I play the gameplay, I want to like pop up a still. So I'm on DeviantArt looking at commissions that are open and just kind of browsing the art styles, and nothing was really appealing to me. I know there's a lot of art on there, but there wasn't anything appealing to me. So I was going through my fan art, and there was somebody that made me fan art that actually looked pretty fucking dope. So I hit them up in the DMs and I'm like, yo, are your commissions open? And if so, what's your prices? This girl said she didn't have a PayPal, but she wants to accept the commission anyway. So I was like, no, wait a minute. If I can't PayPal you, could I at least give you like a verbal shout out or like just something? Like I have this J-Station video I'm working on very soon, and that's probably something I'd use the stills for, so could I just shout you out in that and like just give your whole Instagram a fucking segment, like something? And she was really cool with that. So I was like, okay, great. Thanks for accepting my commission, blah, blah, blah. And she was just really happy to do it. Now at that point, she asked me to be friends and wanted Discord calls with me. So I was like, sure, what's your Discord? Or maybe I gave her mine. I don't really remember. But yeah, she ended up getting added onto my personal Discord, and we had phone calls. And I'm talking like a 6-hour one, which I will probably elaborate on a little bit later. And the whole friendship aspect of this was getting a little weird, I'm not gonna lie, just because she lied about everything, but also because your girl had to wait 2 weeks for stills. And I'm just like, oh, should I have commissioned someone else? Like, I know she couldn't get paid because she doesn't have a PayPal, but I literally said I would do all of these things for her, and it's almost like they're not taking this as a commission. It's almost like I requested this or something. Like, no, this is a commission. We even talked about her getting paid through PayPal because she claimed she's gonna get a PayPal like next year or some shit. So I just was kind of appalled at the service being so unprofessional. And because she didn't have a PayPal, I was kind of brainstorming ideas and expressing this to her. So one idea that I had was maybe I could contact one of my merch agents on Fanfiber, and I could have been like, yo, let's make some, I don't know, 100K special art, like merch or whatever, and could we have this girl take a cut, like something. I was just gonna arrange something with my agents, maybe like, I don't know, I told her about the J-Station verbal shoutout, which by the way was like from day one. I was like, girl, you're gonna accept this commission anyway, can I just do this for you? Like, so she knew the J-Station thing was coming up. And I even told her when she gets her PayPal, I'll just pay her as well. But yeah, unfortunately, she just couldn't get paid. So, like I said, brainstorming away, thinking of stuff that I could do back for her. It's the least I could do. So 2 weeks go by, I finally get my stills. And I guess she was just confused about the due date, so I was really nice about it. I was a little annoyed because I did have a lot of important projects I wanted to work on with these stills, but I was like, it's fine, like I got them now, there's nothing to be upset about. I'm gonna go get on the grind. I started working on my J-Station video, but before I could even start on that, I already had worked on a Dominic Schmidt video because that's easy content, it didn't really need stills, blah blah blah, the video is already done, I just need to make a thumbnail, get it out, and then I could start working on the J-Station video. So I make the thumbnail with one of the stills, and I send it to her in DMs before the video is even up, and she's like, oh my god, it's so adorable, and I literally say the same thing back because it's actually really fucking adorable. Like the colors and everything about it is just so cute. And yeah, that was the last time I talked to her professionally, because then from that point on, she became incredibly unprofessional. I have never worked with someone so, I cannot emphasize it enough, so unprofessional. So I get my Dominic Schmidt video out there, everything's going good, a few hours go by and I'm looking into like overlays because for this J-Station video, I wanted it to be heavily edited. And I mean like to the best of my capability, fucking purchasing shit for this video. Like if you've ever seen a YouTuber with the animated like subscribe, hit the bell thing, like that's like an overlay that you could purchase. So I was looking at these shops that you could purchase like custom overlays for, and there's like an Instagram one where it's custom and looks professional as fuck, and I was like, okay, if the whole J-Station interview is gonna be like really well made, which by the way, if you're watching this in the future, me and Jay decided to like say fuck that, let's just do this in Minecraft, so it's just gonna be a Minecraft interview. But basically, back in the day, well, a few days ago, and in the moment, I was like, this has to be edited perfectly, and even her segment has to be perfect. So this fucking overlay was $30 for like some custom like Instagram overlay, I don't know. And you have to like give them the Instagram page you want and they're just gonna do it, right? So I was really excited for this. Thankfully, thank God if he exists, that I didn't purchase it in the moment. I was gonna do it later that night, because who wants to invest $30 into a liar? Like, could not be me. So yeah, I get to work on this video and I check my comments. I would say maybe like, I don't know, a couple hours later. I know it was within 24 hours of that video being uploaded, definitely under 10 hours. So yeah, within at least 10 hours of it being up, I finally checked the comments again, and I stopped reading comments after 2 days. So if the video has been up for 48 hours, I completely stopped reading the comments. And I see that she's asking for credit for the thumbnail in my description, but in a public YouTube comment section. And to give you some context, this girl has had a lot of phone calls with me. I'm saying countless phone calls, and some of them being over 6 hours long at her request. On top of that, she has my personal phone number, my personal Discord, my Instagram that she communicates with me on. So I was really appalled, and the fact that a couple hours prior to her comment, she told me that the thumbnail was adorable in Discord DM. So I was like, why didn't you just DM me here? You have my number, you've called me a bunch, didn't we called earlier? What is your deal? And she wasn't rude in the comment, so I didn't mean what's your deal as in like what's your deal with the comment. I mean like what's your deal with like not being professional. But back to the point, I go to her directly and I'm like, hey, I stopped reading comments after 48 hours, and had I not read that, I wouldn't have known. And the fact that you have my number, we've been in calls, you have my personal Discord, my Instagram, you could have just came to me. You even texted me a few hours ago about how the thumbnail is adorable, and all of a sudden you're taking this up with a public YouTube comment section. Look, it's not the fact that it's public that's, I don't know, something that bothers me. It's the fact she wouldn't come to me about it after she literally asked me to be friends. Like the day I had commissioned her, she was like, could we be friends? Could we get phone calls? Like she was just all about getting my attention. And I don't know, I just wanted stills, but at the same time, she seemed really cool, so I was like, sure, I could use some friends, and she basically said the same thing. But it's like, okay, if we're apparently friends and you're, having phone calls with me, wouldn't you just come to me? Like a public YouTube comment section? What if I didn't read it? But anyways, I read it and I immediately fix it. I literally hit her up, go to her directly. I express to her that I feel that what she did is unprofessional. I tell her, you have all of these ways to contact me, and you don't. You take it up with a public YouTube comment section. Had I not read that, I wouldn't have known anything, or I wouldn't have known how you felt. So, I basically tell her, fuck your shout out, let's just do long-term credit, and she completely agrees. So I basically just start crediting her. Now, I got this fixed within 24 hours, even like less than 10 hours, and it would have been fixed sooner had she just come to me, but she didn't. So that was a red flag that I want to be friends with you, madam. Oh my god, I love you. And then you contact me through a public YouTube comment section after getting my number. Imagine that. So the first thing I do is, after I tell her how I feel about the unprofessionalism, I immediately have to fix what was done wrong, which I didn't know it was wrong. I didn't really understand it. I thought if you use the stills in a video, that's when you credit them. I didn't realize that you had to do that for a thumbnail. That's just something I didn't know. So once I saw that comment, I immediately fixed it. She was credited in my About Me and in the description of the video where I used the thumbnail. Mind you, the video did not have the stills in them, it was just my gameplay and my commentary, but the stills were used for the thumbnail. Okay, I just want to make that clear. So I tell her, hey, I'm sorry, it should have been common courtesy. I didn't really want to ramble too much about like, oh, I didn't know. I didn't want to make it sound like there's a lot of excuses, or I don't know, something like that. So I really just stuck with like what is important to address here. So I addressed the unprofessionalism, and then I addressed the credit thing. So I tell her in the DMs, it should have been common sense for me to credit if I use it in the thumbnail, and I'm sorry, and I got it fixed immediately. However, you need to fucking directly come to me, because a comment section, like, had I not read that, nothing would have got done. And then she apologized to me, and then I was like, okay, thanks, I apologize to you for not, using my common sense. I'm so sorry. Now, that's all I said to her, because like I said, I didn't want to make it seem like there's excuses, but in my reality, I was like, I thought you had to credit when you used the stills, right? And then for long-term credit, put them in the About Me. I didn't think that I would have to for a thumbnail, but I guess I'm just new to this, so I just wanted to fix it immediately once I saw the comment. As unprofessional as she was, I just wanted to make things good. So that's what happened. She was really happy with the credit. I was pretty happy. And I just thought we could move on from that. She even said, I hope this doesn't ruin like us working together. I really hope we can. And she apologized to me for not letting me know she didn't actually want the J-Station thing or whatever that we've been agreeing on. She just abruptly wanted text credit all of a sudden, and she should have let me know. And I was like, alright, cool, thanks. And that was pretty much it. Or so I thought, and this is where the 6-hour phone calls come into play for this habitual liar. Dun dun dun. This really boring story takes a big turn. Oh no, oh god, okay, I need to stop. So she starts making like public posts or whatever about how I never credited her when I did. So I was really confused about that, and at that point she had messaged me telling me that she really wants to continue working with me, and she hopes that her unprofessionalism did not really get in the way of that. And I was like, absolutely not. You're literally lying to people and asking people to come harass me about credit when you actually got credit. So I was like, I don't want to work with you anymore, bye. So at that point, I block her on Discord. She goes to Instagram and starts harassing me. Oh, surprise, she didn't go to my YouTube comment section this time. She went on fucking Instagram. And look, I blocked her because I was so nice to her. I got things done very quick as possible for someone that wasn't professional and came to me personally. Like, I really did get things done, and I did everything that I should have correctly. And she decided to not only take this up in a public YouTube comment section, but then like make up a lie about me publicly on her social media and say I never gave her credit to begin with, even though there's literally screenshots of the credit in our Discord chat. So I'm like confused, and that's why I blocked her. I was like, after I had been so nice, I got this taken care of. And then after taking care of it very quickly and professionally, like working on her like whole segment thing, working on the J Station thing, and she just lies about me like that. I don't tolerate liars at all. Not at all. You could be a hypocrite, you could be anything in this world, but if you're a liar, I just can't fuck with you. Like, you need to leave my life. I hate liars. That's the one thing I cannot stand. So I leave her alone, right? And then she just starts harassing me on Instagram, and I'm like, leave me alone. I mean, this girl spammed me. I started getting like 6-10 notifications on my phone from the same person, and I get angry. I'm like, dude, block me, leave me alone. I don't want to talk to you. You are the most unprofessional prick I have ever worked. Like, leave me alone. And look, if you block a friend and then, you know, that friend comes to you through a different social media, that's a completely different story. Like, it's your friend, right? But I barely knew her. She, at this point, had lied to me and had been very unprofessional, like I said, like 50 times. But she had just made up a lie about me and started sending her friends after me. And yeah, like I said, I don't take very kindly to liars. So I just really wanted to be left alone, and I had blocked her, so she should have taken the hint to leave me alone, but she didn't. So yeah, that's the only time I got like genuinely upset with her. Like, it wasn't even the fact she like made up a lie about me. At that point, I was just like, please leave me alone. I don't like liars at all. Now, this surprisingly was a part of her master plan. Now, within our 6-hour phone call, now a lot of lies are going to be kind of revealed here. There's a lot of red flags. And I'm not even sure where to begin with all of these lies and like red flags. Mind you, there's like a big lie. The big lie was like fabricating a story about me, which never happened, but there's like just little lies in her life. So for example, when she made a public like fabrication about me, she made it about age, and I'm not sure why. So I didn't see the post. I'm just saying this because people have told me. I mean, even friends have told me, so I have no reason to not believe them and what they say, but she was making it about age all of a sudden. And that was really strange. So she would be like, oh my god, she's 3 years older than me. I'm the younger teen. I'm 3 years younger, and she's like 3 years older than me. And like, I'm a child. She's an adult. But you know, like, I'm the younger teenager. She's the older teenager. Like, she bullied me. Like, she's an adult. Like, she bullied, like, you know. And I'm just like, what? What does age have to do with anything about you fabricating a story about me? Like, what? Then after making it about age, she lied about her age to me and my friends and claimed that she was going to go to college next year. Now, there are some people that may argue, well, like places in the UK, for example, can't you go to college at like age 16 or something? And yeah, the problem is this girl lives in fucking Missouri, so no. However, there are children in the US that they can skip grades and can be very special, and you know, they can go to college early. That's not the case for this girl. And you can ask like anyone that's been in a voice chat with her, especially like my friend. He texted me mid voice chat with her that she just did not carry herself well, and I was like, what did you mean? And he's just like, I don't think she's being truthful about like going to college. Like, she literally acts like a child. Like, she laughs like a child. She seems obsessive and creepy about you, and she's like, she just doesn't carry herself well. I can't see her going to college. And I basically just told him to fuck off because I really liked her at the time. Like, you know, I just told my friend to fuck off pretty much. I mean, we're all friends. It wasn't a hostile fuck off, but still, I was like, yeah, whatever, fuck off. You don't have to like her, but I think she's cool. And, but looking back on it now, she definitely didn't carry herself well. So, this is where the lies come in, okay? She says to, like, the public about the story, and like I said, she made it about age randomly, that she's 15. But she told me and my friends that she's going to college and insinuated that she's our age. So I was extremely confused. And she even said she'd be getting a PayPal next year. However, after looking into it, you can't even get a working PayPal unless it's like, I don't know, a parent's or something when you're 16 or 15. You have to be 18 to, you know, have it working. Please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments about that. I might be, but that's after doing some research. So we were really confused why she was trying to portray herself as an adult. That, or she could be an adult and she could be telling the truth about going to college, but she's lying to her audience about being 15. And also, why is she making this about age and trying to, like, I don't know, play this victim card when she's not a victim of anything? Yeah, I just fabricated a story about a public figure. Let me just make this about age. I genuinely did not understand. Now, these are some other topics, like, in our phone call that were very, like, red flags. So, she was obsessed with cancel culture. It was something she would go on and on and on about for hours, to the point she had to apologize to me and say, sorry, I'm just really passionate about this topic. And that should have been a red flag to me. Like, she talked pretty much the majority of our phone calls. I'm just not very talkative with, like, my friends. It's just my friends that usually tell the stories, and that's kind of the dynamic we had as well. So it was just basically her talking for 5 hours while I talked for like 1, pretty much. But she went on about cancel culture, and she loved talking about the Slazo situation. That was something that really piqued her interest. And she went on about cancel culture for, like, I would say a solid 3 hours. And it, wasn't a red flag to me. I just thought it was something she would like to talk about, right? But looking back on it, it's such a big red flag. She would even ask me, like, isn't it so, like, shocking that you could just ruin someone's reputation with words? Like, she would, kind of exaggerate it like that. And, I'd be like, yeah, seems pretty crazy. And little did I know, I was like her guinea pig. Like, she wanted to, like, test this out with me. So she makes up this story on her social media that she never got credit from me, and that, like, I just refused to credit her. I was insulting her a bunch of times, apparently, which never happened. The only time I got hostile with her was when I blocked her, and then she started spamming me on Instagram to get my attention, and it was really annoying because I obviously want to be left alone. So I was like, you are the most unprofessional prick I've ever worked with. That's the closest to an insult that you will get from that situation. And I had every right to call her that because she was harassing me. She was fabricating stories about me, which obviously never happened, and she was very unprofessional to work with. And after getting harassed and having this person I worked with lie about me, of course, I'm going to call them an unprofessional prick. That's what they are. But yeah, she lied about, like, apparently I insulted her a bunch of times, which never happened. Lied about her age publicly, lied about her unprofessionalism, never really owned up to how unprofessional she was. She just acted like, yep, my story's real, like, I never got credit to begin with, which that's not true. She did get her credit very quickly, and I removed it because she decided to fabricate a story about never getting it when it was clearly there. And why would I want to promote a person on my social media that had decided to fabricate a story about me? I'm not going to promote that. I have worked 2.5 years for my, like, following, and it's just like, I feel like anyone in their right mind would not promote someone that's willing to slander and fabricate a story about them. Absolutely not. Like, you just don't do that. So, of course I'm gonna remove it, which is a part of her master plan to really test out cancel culture, which is something she's so fascinated with. It should have been a red flag, but it wasn't. But yeah, I think she was just kind of being a genius about it, low-key. Like, okay, if I fabricate this, say she never gave me credit, then she removes the credit because, I lied about it, and she wouldn't want to promote me, then it would actually, like, help my case because it looks like she never gave me credit. So that's kind of like a fucking top tier, like, 2000 IQ fucking play right there. I've never experienced something like that. I was like, wow, that's kind of smart. That's kind of fucking funny. And don't get me wrong when I say that's kind of funny and smart. Like, it's obviously a shitty thing to fabricate stories about public figures. I mean, 2019 has been full of it, like James Charles and, like, all these people. Like, I don't know why cancel culture is so, like, rampant right now. Like, people just want to fabricate stuff. It's one thing to, like, cancel someone if they actually did something, but these days it's nothing but fabrication after fabrication after fabrication. And I genuinely don't understand why people would do this. Attention? Like, I don't know, because I couldn't picture myself doing this to someone else. But yeah, I'm only calling it funny or, like, smart or whatever, because if you are going to fabricate something to cancel someone, that's such a 2000 IQ play. To, like, lie about something so that the person removes the credit and then it just helps your case. I'm just like, whoa, not even 2,000, 3,000 IQ play. So me and my friend did some reflection, okay, after our experiences with this habitual liar, and because she fabricated a story about me that never happened, constantly lied about me to like the public and her friends, and on top of that, lied about her age and occupation. She tried to make herself seem like a child publicly to, you know, play her victim card a little bit better. I'm not really sure why when she was trying to portray herself as an adult to me and my friends. I mean, I have friends that are witnesses to this that were in college with her, where she just goes on about getting into college or some shit, like, you know, and getting a PayPal and all this fucking shit. But, it's just, like, weird. So I'm, like, reflecting on her phone calls. I think about the cancel culture she went on and on and on about. Isn't it so cool you could ruin someone's reputation with words? It's so fucked up, am I right? But our very first phone call, which was like the day I commissioned her and she wanted a phone call and requested it, so we got into one and it lasted like 6 hours. Within the first 10 minutes, it could have been even like less than that, could have been within the first 5 minutes of the phone call, she tells me that her father tried to rape her. Now, obviously, as a victim myself of sexual assault, I can say this right now. You don't talk to a stranger or get in a phone call with someone you've never talked to before and you go, yeah, so my dad tried to rape me once. Like, that's just, no. I am literally a victim too, and like, you don't, like, anyone watching this video, if you're out here watching this right now, could you please confirm this for me? You are a victim of sexual assault and like you just constantly tell strangers like what happened to you within 5 minutes of meeting them. Like, that's weird. That's like a weird cry for attention, and in the moment I just believed her because she seemed genuine, she seemed cool, even though telling me within the first 5 minutes of the call was strange. She literally tried to hype it up too. She was like, I have like the articles, I have the article links, I'm about to get them right now, I'm about to send them to you, and she never did. And I never like wanted to be an asshole and be like, yo, where's those article links? Like, she just told me something horrible happened to her. Like, I'm gonna have empathy and I'm gonna try to change the topic to, you know, like, it's just, if you were in my shoes, wouldn't you do the same, kind of change the topic, like, so sorry to hear, you know, just try not to talk about some bad stuff like that, like, I don't know. But let me get back to what I was saying. I just thought like, wow, like, you poor thing, like, I'm so sorry, that's horrible to hear, stuff like that, because anyone should have sympathy if you hear someone saying, I got sexually assaulted. Like, you should be like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. Like, you should have empathy for that person. So I didn't really think of it as a red flag or anything, but reflecting, you don't just do that. I mean, it's one thing if you want to tell your personal story to someone within like even 30 minutes of a phone call, you know, you get into stories, I can see how that happens, but it was very sudden and within a couple minutes, not even 5 minutes, probably, definitely not over 10 minutes. It was just strange. So I'm starting to think she's a habitual liar that lies about little things in her life, even big things, if it means she gets some attention. So she lies about me, she lies about her age, she lies about her occupation, and I'm suspecting it is a possibility she lied about getting sexually assaulted. So I'm like sitting here like, holy shit, she has lied so much, and I'm even more mind blown that she lied about me after I had been so kind to her. I don't understand. That is insane. I think what happened is she let the fact that I had 50k subs get to her head. Even though that number to me is very small, it might be big to some other people, and so it really just got to her head and she just wanted attention. It was just apparent to me. I mean, I commission her and she instantly wants calls with me, asks to be friends. She immediately tells me she gets raped within 5 minutes, or, you know, attempted rape or something. As she fabricates a story about me publicly, she also lies about her age publicly. It is just an overall strange situation. To make things even worse, there's also another, like, small lie. So, she asked if there's a better way to contact me or whatever, and I was just like, nah, it's just Discord or whatever. You can have my number though. I gave her my number. She was like, I don't have a number, I'm so sorry. So I was like, oh, it's fine, just text me on Discord. But then the day she gave me her stills, all of a sudden she's like, here's my number, text me. And I asked her about it. I'm like, hey, didn't you like say you didn't have a phone number? Like, since when did you get one, right? I was just kind of being chill about it because I was really confused, and she just completely avoided it. Did not even answer my question, just like changed the topic. So it's little lies like that. Now, that phone number was completely fake. It's just as fake as her, so don't even worry about it. It's just like a small lie. But that's really crazy. I mean, I've dealt with some habitual liars in my lifetime. Okay, my ex is a habitual liar, and he's, confessed about it, and he's just like, it's a problem I have. Like, I really need to fix this, and I'm so sorry. I just lie about stupid stuff constantly, and I don't know why. It's just psychological. I need help. And, that's something I can respect. And he would never fabricate a story about me. It's just lies, like little lies about his life for attention. Like, I have a $1 million mansion, like just shit like that. But this girl, it seems to me she likes bad things happen to me attention. So she'll just fabricate anything. I mean, she could lie about me. Of course she's gonna lie about her age and all of these things publicly. It's strange. There's just something not right here. How you could be so kind to someone and give them credit and they make up a story that they never got it, and then it helps their case when I actually remove it, which there is no case to begin with. You got it, you were very happy, I was very happy, and you just wanted attention. And I literally messaged her like, I cannot work with you if you're going to fabricate a story about me. I cannot do it. Like, I have to remove your credit. Like, I cannot promote a person that is willing to slander public figures for attention. You cannot be fabricating stories like this when I have been nothing but professional to you. You can't be doing that. I'm not going to promote it, period. I'm not going to have respect for a person that has absolutely no respect for me, that has no issue not only being unprofessional to me, but to fabricate a story that never happened onto their social media. I cannot do that. I really cannot. I'm not going to promote someone that completely is so disrespectful and has no respect for me. So tell me in the comments why I should have respect for someone that doesn't respect me. Please go on and please do so, because I'm not. Period. No one's gonna change me. No one's gonna change the way I think. This is common sense to me. You don't give respect to people that don't give respect to you. I've given her all of my respect, fixed things very quickly. She apologized to me for multiple things, and so did I, even though I was in the right the entire time. But I still apologized just to make sure everything was good, everything was made right, we're both feeling good, and she still is fabricating a story. I can't credit someone, like I said, that's going to fabricate a story about me. That's just, no, I'm not going to do it. I can't respect people that don't respect me. So it would have been nice, but at the end of the day, it is my commission, so I might continue to use it. Now, after the situation, I immediately went to some other artists, is that a word? But I went to some more artists, and I was basically looking into getting another commission, and just because if that person's dead to you, or someone fabricates a story about you, you obviously don't really want to use their art. But because she decided to disrespect me, I feel that it is needed for me to do the same thing back. She is, still fabricating stories about me for attention, and so it's well, it's my commission anyways, why not use it, fuck you. You wanna lie about me? Alright, it's my commission. As much as I would have loved to give it to her or keep it there, she just decided to fabricate a story. Of course I have to remove it, but yeah, in the moment before she started blowing up, I was just looking into some different stills, some different artists, seeing what I could do. But the more people, or her weird rabid following that just, I don't know, believe her lies, the more they tell me you need to credit her, you blah blah blah, you have no morals, when she literally is the one that fabricated a story about me that never happened, the more it makes me want to use those stills. I'm not going to credit someone that fabricates a story about me. Period, point blank. You tell her if she wanted to keep her precious credit to simply not fabricate a story for no reason and slander a public figure for attention when you got your credit. Of course I'm gonna remove the credit if you do that. That's weird. I'm not gonna work with someone that fabricates shit. No. So lesson to be learned here: if you're an artist and you let 50k subs get to your head, if you want to keep your precious credit, please don't fabricate a story about them, because most likely that YouTuber is probably gonna remove it because, you just made up a story about them. That's a little fucking weird. And I guess all I have left to say is GG. 3000 IQ for helping your case, but still, at the end of the day, the truth will always prosper. Anyways, that will be it for today's video. I might do a story time about the time an editor scammed me of $200. So basically, to sum it up, I had this editor, he only did one video for me, and this editor wanted to be paid with a form of a shout out, and I didn't want that. I wanted to pay him with money, so I gave him $200, and he did not like that at all. He really wanted attention and publicity, so he decided to block me on everything and like slander me and literally just like try. It failed, obviously, but he really wanted a shout out instead of money as a payment, and I just wasn't cool with that. So I mean, and don't get me wrong, I credited him as well for editing so he could get some recognition, but he really wanted a verbal shout out. So after getting $200 and scamming me, he like strike down the video that he made for me, which is technically my content that I paid $200 for. And it was just this big thing. It's just another one of those stories about people that really let other YouTubers' numbers like get to their heads, and they're willing to fabricate stuff. So if you want to hear that story, you should let me know in the comments below. Maybe I should tell like a series of stories of people that just constantly lie for attention, or so-called like clout chasers. I really hate that word, but maybe it could help like us get into the mind of like cancel culture and what possesses a person to fabricate a story for the sake of attention. It might be interesting, might be some Shane Dawson shit. And yeah, that being said, peace.